Oh man, I'm finally off the plane. What a long flight. But at least I'm finally on my way to the hotel for my business trip.
Well, it sounds to me like you've had quite the busy day today. And to think that you got stuck in that airport for hours because of that last-minute delay.
Yeah, I really didn't see that one coming. And man, did it take forever to finally get that plane sorted again. There were people starting to get really pissed at the people by the check-in desk. And a bunch of crying kids and stuff too. It was a real mess. I'm just glad that I survived a day like today. Wouldn't you say, Hanny?
Hanny? Where did that come from?
What do you think? It's a nickname that I came up with for you while I was up in the air. I think it's pretty good if you ask me. The truth is that I just had way too much time on my hands. The Wi-Fi wasn't even working on the flight.
I see. Well, I guess I am happy that what you do in your free time is think of names for me.
Oh, well, I'm just so glad that you don't mind me calling you that then, Hanny. But just know that I'm the only one who should be allowed to call you that. And you better not let any other men call you something similar, got it?
Well, of course. What other men would I even know who would want to call me something like that?
I'm just saying that you're on mine, you know that? You're my Hanny. Just know that even when I was locked in that hunk of metal flying across the sky, that I was still just thinking about you the whole time. I really do wish I could have brought you along on this trip with me. I've been thinking a lot about how long it's been since you and I were last able to go on a fun trip together.
Oh, John. Stop it. Have you really been thinking of me that much? You're going to make me blush, you know.
Well, we just need to wait a little bit longer, and then I'm finally going to divorce that lousy wife of mine. And then you and I can finally be together as man and wife.
Hold on a second. You're going to divorce your wife?
Of course I am. You didn't think that her and I were going to stay together forever, right? Besides, I really am getting sick of having to deal with that old hag. You're the only one that I want to spend my life with now, Hanny.
Well, while I really appreciate your feelings, I'm not sure that we should be talking about your wife like this.
No, come on. Do you mean that you're really going to pity her more than you do me? Sure, she was pretty once, but now she's just a washed-up old hag. It's like she tricked me into marrying her, and the second we were wed, she started to let herself go. I thought that she was going to be pretty forever. But at least now with someone as pretty as you.
Oh, stop it. You don't need to say those things about me.
But I mean it. I think that you're just so gorgeous, and I feel so happy that you and I ended up together. It really is true. In fact, I want you to know that one of the reasons why I'm working so hard is so that I can marry you one day. In fact, our 3rd anniversary with my wife is coming up, and I was thinking, that's the day that I want to leave her and marry you. Anyways, I'm about to reach my hotel now, so I'll have to get all my things and start checking in. But anyways, I just wanted to let you know how much I miss you.
Hey, Hannah, are you there? I'm really sorry to message you suddenly like this, but do you have a moment to chat?
Oh, hey there, Fiona. I'm actually just a little bit busy right now. But when I finish with what I'm doing here, I'll be glad to talk to you.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that you were busy. I guess that it must be the busy season for your office then, right?
No, it's not a work thing that I'm busy with, actually. I just have a lot that I need to think about.
You have things you need to think about. This wouldn't happen to be about my son's affair, would it?
Wait, what? I don't get it. How did you find out about this?
Ah, I knew it. And let me guess. You've been getting some kind of strange texts from my son as well. Is that right? He's probably said something about some kind of strange nickname. Isn't that right?
Hold on a second. You mean that you even know the name of the woman he's seeing? I don't understand. How did you figure all of this out?
Well, the truth of the matter is that I had a little something done to John's phone not that long ago.
You had something done to his phone? But what does that mean?
Well, you know how John left for his business trip today, don't you? He actually stopped by my house just a little bit before going to the airport.
Oh, yes. I think he mentioned something about going to see you before his flight was supposed to leave.
And anyways, that son of mine still has a bunch of things at my house. Now I know that there's many reasons for why that is. But anyways, while he was messing around with some of his boxes, I happened to see a strange text come to his from a girl named Hannah. And I just knew when I saw that text that I was looking at something that he didn't want me to see. And anyways, I just know that he's seeing another woman.
I don't believe it. Please tell me that this isn't true.
I'm afraid it is. Although I was so upset that while I was on John's phone, I blocked this Hannah girl's number.
Hold on a second. You did what?
Oh, that's not all I did. I also took photos of the text that I had proof of what he was doing. Just think of how let down I was when I realized what John was doing. I agree that I got quite mad, but it's true. I went on his phone and I blocked this Hannah woman's number.
I see. Well, I didn't want to say anything without proof, but things have been pretty strained for John and I.
But then I had another idea. Instead of having this other woman's number be blocked, I switched out her number with yours instead.
Hold on a second. You did what now? Are you kidding me?
No, it's no lie. I made it so that when he thought he was texting this other woman of his, he would actually be texting you instead. I made it so that he'd never notice what he was doing at all.
Oh, I see. That explains those weird texts that he was sending to me earlier then. Fiona, I have to say, I think that you've really outdone yourself.
Well, like I said, I saw those messages coming in on his phone and I just kinda saw red. I'm really sorry to have done that without telling you first, though. But I just couldn't think of what else to do and I knew that I had limited time. And I just knew that if I did this, then there was a chance that he would send you all the evidence that he needed.
Well, I don't think that you have anything you need to apologize for. I mean, the truth is that I was quite sure that John was cheating on me this whole time.
But I bet you were surprised to get those kinds of texts from John. Texts that were meant for the woman he was cheating on you with. I wish I could have told you all of this faster before that happened.
Oh, it's true. I was surprised and I just kind of played along with what he was saying. And to be honest, now that I know the full situation, I think that we could have some fun with this.
Wait. Really? Just what do you have in mind?
I think that I need a little more time to think about this, but I take it that this means he doesn't realize you know that he's having an affair, right? So if he still hasn't realized that you've switched out the numbers, then I think this means we can get even more evidence of what he's done. I don't know, this is kind of exciting. It's like some kind of spy novel or something.
Well, I guess it kind of is when you put it that way. And I'll be sure to send you the pictures that I took of his messages earlier today, okay?
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate all your help in this, Fiona.
Hey there, Hanny. I just wanted to let you know that I'm finally getting back from my business trip. But I was thinking about stopping by your place first. I have many gifts that I bought for you while I was away.
Oh, really? You did? Oh, sweetie, that's amazing. I'm so excited.
Well, if you're really that happy, then I'm happy. Maybe I'll even give you all the stuff I got from my wife, too.
Are you sure about that? You really want me to have all of that, too? I just don't want your wife to get mad at you when you come back.
Oh, she won't care one bit if I don't bring her anything. Besides, an old hag like that doesn't deserve to get gifts from me. You know, the whole time that I've been away on my trip, she hasn't messaged me even one time to check up on me. She really is just the worst wife a man could ask for.
Well, don't you think that she might have been just a bit busy, do you? Maybe she didn't have time to message you.
Yeah, no. It is for sure not that. I mean, all that woman does is work and raise the kid. She should have plenty of time to message me too. She's just another mom waiting at home for her husband to come back. So I seriously doubt that she was too busy to send even one message to me. And if she really was that busy with working the kid, then that just goes to show how bad she is at doing those things.
Oh, come on, John. Don't you think you're being just a little unfair? I'm sure your wife works hard.
Oh, Hanny, you really are such a sweetie. Do you know that? I mean, you don't need to say a single thing about my wife, and yet you're trying to stand up for her. I really am lucky to be with an angel like you.
You really think that I'm an angel? Oh, John, you know just what to say. Do you know that?
I just wish that I could have met you before I met Fiona. I still think it's so funny how close your names are. Oh, and by the way, I was wondering if I could spend the night at your place tonight. I have the spare key that you gave me, so I can just head straight there.
Are you really sure about that? I mean, I would think that you should go home to your wife the first night that you're back from your trip, right?
Nah, I'll just lie until it'll get pushed back a day or something like that. Besides, it's not often I get to go to your place. I'll just tell Fiona some silly thing like the plane got delayed and they had to put me up in a hotel for an extra night. Although if I had my way, I would just always be going home to you.
Oh, you really are so sweet. Do you know that? But we're not even married yet.
I know, but one day we will be. And then we can finally have the life that we wanted. And then you and I can finally move in together and have our happily ever after.
You mean that you're really going to do it? You're finally going to divorce her? Oh, I'm sure she'll be shocked by that.
I don't care at all how she feels about it. I am sick and tired of living with that woman when I have you in my life now. I'm going to break up with that old hag, and then you and I are finally going to get married. Maybe I should just text her that I want a divorce right now.
You really think you can pull that kind of crap with me, mister?
Wait, what?
I mean that I am seriously at my breaking point with you. And it's not Hanny, John. It's your wife, Hannah. You've been talking to me this entire time that you thought you were talking to Hannah.
Wait, what? What do you mean? I don't understand. What's going on here? What is this?
Are you really going to make me type out the exact thing that I just told you right now? But anyways, I understand exactly where you're coming from now. We can get a divorce. That's just fine with me. In fact, I already have my half of the paperwork signed. All you have to do is sign your half.
But this doesn't make any sense. How could this be happening? I mean, I thought I was texting Hannah, but I'm actually texting Fiona?
That's right. And for one brief second, I actually thought that you would come up with a nickname for me. But you weren't even creative enough to find a woman with a different name from me.
No, this can't be happening. So then, you really Fiona? Like, my wife Fiona? This doesn't make any sense at all. I thought I was texting Hannah. It's how she's saved in my contacts. What is going on here? How did all this happen?
Well, I suppose that you just didn't notice. But if you were to open the contact information that you have for Hannah, you'll see that my number is in there instead. And that's why you've been messaging me this whole time. In fact, you've been messaging me instead of Hannah ever since you left for your business trip.
What? You mean that I've been texting you for the past 4 days? This can't be happening. I thought that I was texting Hannah. I was waiting for you to text me.
But I was texting you. And you should really be ashamed of yourself. Do you know that? I mean, to tell this other woman of yours that I never messaged you? To think that you were going to give her all the gifts you had bought me? To complain to her that all I do for you is work and take care of the kids, as if that isn't already a lot? You just really made up a sad little sob story to tell this woman, didn't you?
But that isn't fair. I thought that I was talking to Hannah. You can't use all of this against me.
And just why can't I do that, huh? Anyways, I know that this Hannah you've been talking to is a woman that works at your office, right? Were you really going to try and end our marriage on our 3rd anniversary? I really am let down in you.
I don't get it. I don't get how you found out. I thought that I was doing so well hiding it from you.
But this is good now, don't you think? I mean, now that I know how you feel, we can get divorced just like you wanted. And then you can go and get married to this Hannah girl. Just like that.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is what I'm going to do, but you weren't supposed to find out that I was cheating on you.
You mean that you were just going to leave me for this other woman all of a sudden and expect me not to guess that you were cheating? Or were you just trying to hide it so that you didn't have to pay for a potential lawsuit against you both? And don't forget about the child support, too. I guess I can't actually see why you would want to try and hide all of this from me after all.
Okay, fine. If it's money you want, then I can pay you, okay? I'll pay for the affair, I'll pay child support. I'll pay all of it. Let's just get divorced and be done with this already.
Ha! And just who do you think you are taking that kind of tone with me? You don't get to brush off your affair like it's nothing.
Well, you already know about it, so I don't see what else there is to say about it. If all you're going to do is lecture me, then let's just get this over with. You know, it's exactly because you act this way that I wanted to cheat on you in the first place. You're always trying to embarrass me. I fell out of love with you, and now I love Hannah with all my heart. So let's do this. Let's get divorced so I can finally marry the woman that I want to.
You really are the worst. Do you know that? And just how are you going to tell this to your parents?
What are you talking about? My mom is going to be thrilled when she sees how gorgeous Hannah is. You want a divorce? Let's do this. But I would start packing up your bags now.
After that, John came home with a triumphant look on his face, ready to divorce me and leave me far behind. But what he didn't expect was his mother to be waiting at home there to support me. Not only did she lay into John for lying to me and betraying me, she also told me that she had sent the evidence we had of his affair to the office. John was furious as he knew that office romances were against company policy. She also explained all about her role in helping me learn that he had been cheating on me. John was left speechless, and soon he was informed from his boss that he and Hannah were being let go. Though since he had already signed the divorce papers, he not only had to pay for the affair, but child support as well. Meanwhile, I packed up my things and took me and my child to my parents' house for the time being. As I try and get back on my feet and adjust to the single life, I heard that John and Hannah didn't break up, but both had to scramble to find jobs and are currently living in a cramped apartment room. I've heard through the grapevine that the once happy couple can now be heard shouting loudly at each other through the thin walls of their apartment building. But I just tell myself that this is exactly what John wanted, and have decided to move on with my life. I've since found a new job and was able to buy a good house in a nice area near a good school for my son. I think I'll be happy as long as I never have to deal with John ever again.